Let's talk about all the beautiful things in your own yard. Ellen Becker joining us today with the Associated Landscape Contractors of Colorado. It doesn't feel like fall. We're sitting here talking about fall, but it sure doesn't feel like it. But you brought a couple of really nice things here, and let's talk about getting ourselves ready for fall.
That sounds good.
You've got some really pretty plants you want to talk about first. Let's start there.
That sounds good. So one of our favorite plants to use in the fall when we get the colder temperatures at night are snapdragons and pansies. Those are kind of our staple plants.
I also think of mums.
Mums as well. Yeah, we've got mums, of course. We've got ornamental kale. That's always a staple.
I asked her earlier if we can eat this kale. She goes, no, this is just the pretty stuff. Don't be eating this stuff.
This is ornamental, but yeah, these are good for the cooler nights, and it's always fun when the seasons change because then we can change out our pots and our planters. And
a little refresh on the front door.
Typically what we see in some of our summer annual staple plants, thinking petunias or geraniums, they tend to get worms at this time of year.
Ooh, okay.
So if you don't see the actual worm on the plant, you want to look for droppings, which would look like tiny little poppy seeds almost. So when you see that, it's time to refresh our displays.
And is that happening right about now?
Yes,
late September?
Definitely.
Okay, this is the time to be switching everything out.
Definitely,
okay, very
yeah.
good.
So what we're looking at here is, this is our feature plant. We stick with the rule of thirds when we do our composition. So the first third is your planter itself, second third, and then the third is for height. And that's going to give us the aesthetically pleasing composition that we want to think of when we do our pots. Okay. So this Mandeville vine was planted in May, and it will bloom through till first frost. So that's a good background plant to have. Then we can complement our summer annuals with our fall changeouts here. And we'll see snapdragons, they give us height, and these also go to seed, so we can use them in the garden. Red salvia brings us some more height for our composition. And then we've got our ornamental kale, again, ornamental peppers. Pansies love the cold. And then for our third component of composition, you want trailers. So this is Vinca minor, and this can also be transplanted to your perennial bed. So you're really getting a bang for the buck with some of these fall plants, because we can still use them in the garden. And everything is on clearance or discount or reduced prices at yours.
Good time to spend some money.
Good time to
shop. It's funny, we talk about all these components. I've heard filler, spiller, thriller, same kind of idea.
Totally.
Right? Something to,
Exactly.
As a new gardener, I'm just trying to learn these
things. No,
okay.
I think you've got it down.
My favorite fall plants?
Yes, chrysanthemums. And these are fun because they're just so robust in those rich fall hues and fall colors, and they get us in the mood for kind of the fall harvest feeling.
And you've also got a couple things over here you wanted to point out as well.
That's right. So even if we're doing our annual pots and planters, sometimes we can add perennials. So here we see Rudbeckia, which will bring us through the final weeks.
These pretty yellow, beautiful ones.
Bright yellow, and these are perennials, so we can put them in our flower beds after the first frost comes, and they'll come back every year. So you can really get some good bargains shopping at this time of year.
We are almost out of time. One last question for you. What should we know about fertilizing fall annuals before we go?
That's a great question. So the fun thing with fall pots is we don't have to worry about fertilizing.
No fertilizing.
Because the first frost is right around the corner. So that is just right before the plants go dormant. So no need to confuse them by stimulating new growth or enhanced root development. So it's just kind of an easy money.
I love easy. I love easy. Okay, Ellen, thank you so much for joining us today, and good luck everyone as you transition to the new fall season, if it ever decides to feel like fall.
If it ever cools off,